Step into the world of power, loyalty, and luck.
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything.
Now, you want to get mixed up in the family business.
Introducing The Godfather at ChumbaCasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot.
Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me.
Play The Godfather now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Welcome to the family.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
I just want y'all to know that y'all don't need to panic because every couple faces challenges. But there's one that I'm not sure how everyone deals with. Let's talk about in a minute.
Let's talk about love and marriage the way that God intended. A life experience, here we share it. The NoFruitPodcast. Tune in from any platform. NoFruitPodcast. We'll help your spirit transform.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing today? So, everybody, all relationships, they have their challenges. They have things they agree with, they disagree with, all those type of things. But I'm going to tell you, there's one thing that I never imagined would be such a challenge all these years of being together. What's for dinner? So, how many of y'all deal with...
The challenging question
What's for dinner?
That plagues so many couples of what's for dinner. I mean, like we wake up in the morning. Good morning. How was your day? I mean, how did you sleep last night? You know, what's the weather going to be like today?
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, what's for dinner?
Right.
I dropped my son off at work, and he's like, all right, Mom, have a good day. What's for dinner?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Everybody deals with this. And I didn't realize, in all honesty, how much of heartache and pain it causes.
But the funny thing about it, though, let me just add this little caveat.
Mm-hmm.
Even our adult children,
Mm-hmm.
whether they live with us or not, when they were away at college.
Wait, man, hold on for a second. I have to paint this picture for y'all, right? So, Kafa is looking up in the air. She has her finger bouncing, like her index finger, bouncing from the right to the left as she's speaking. Like y'all ever see like the bouncing ball on the words? Like that's what it almost looks like as she's thinking about how she might want to stab our adult children in the eye or something.
I'm just making my point.
Uh-huh.
So using my pointer finger, which you're not supposed to do, but so whether they're home or not,
Right.
they have asked us, parents, what's for dinner? What y'all having for dinner? And it's just, I don't know why that's like it's not even like, I guess it's like a how you doing type of question.
I mean, yeah.
Because even when we talk to your mom or my mom or an older
It doesn't
aunt,
matter who it
they're
is.
like, what y'all having for dinner?
Right.
Like they're gonna come over.
Right.
Like it's inspiring them for something.
Like my aunt, she'll always ask, "What y'all got good cook?" How does she say it? Something. What y'all cooking good or something along those lines.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I don't know. I don't like, but I don't understand why it's such a challenge though. Why? First of all, why do we wake up thinking about dinner though? Can we get through?
Because it's that much of a challenge. Like because, hey, are we taking something out that we haven't pre-purchased that's in the freezer? Are we going to stop at the store? If we have a taste for something, like, do we have all the ingredients that's needed to make that? I guess I don't really get it.
I guess dinner can be a little. I don't understand why it's so stressful though. Like it just because even like just thinking about it right now, like I'm stressed out.
Well, we know what we're having for dinner tonight, I think.
I mean, yeah, but that's one night.
We're having chicken tonight.
Yeah, it's like chicken every night. But I guess the question is, how do you prepare it? Now, for those of you who do meal preps, and I appreciate y'all. I thank y'all. Unfortunately for me, I'm not a eat the same thing every day for the next 20 days. Like I'm not that disciplined. I'm just not. And once I get to day 3 or 4, I'm like, this food old. Like, I'm sorry. Like I don't know what it is. Like I get into another space. But I still don't understand. And I think part of the other part is as well is, there are times, especially in our space, that whatever we're making for dinner is not always what I want, because of you're trying to adjust for everybody else. And I think that's part of the challenge as well. Now if it's for yourself, like I listened to you, I think we had this conversation relatively before where, when you and I met, you're like, I go to a market every day, baby. Like, like, whatever I want for that night, I'll just go pick it up.
It wasn't that way every day.
But did you not respond? I go to the market every day, baby. Like, you wasn't like that?
No.
Yeah, with the eyes closed, with your head to the side, shaking your head a little bit with the hair, flipping, flopping. Well, your hair wasn't long then. But you get what I'm saying? Like, it was just, like, I go to the market every day, baby. I don't know what it's like to eat 7-day-old frozen food. Like, that's how you were. Like, I'd rather go to the farmer's market and go pick it up fresh.
That's not how I spoke at all.
What wasn't how you spoke? Fresh?
Yeah, I didn't say fresh.
Okay. So say how you would have said it.
I don't know how I said it, but I did go to the market more frequently than I do now. Yes, I will agree with that.
No, you hear that? Yes. That's how you say fresh.
Maybe.
So.
I have a sis.
You have a sis, not a lisp.
A lisp.
So, why is that such a hard question? Why is it so, especially since depending on where you're from, what part of the country you're from, being in the United States. Now, for those of you who are international, I'm not sure how you view dinner, but I know that with my family origin being in the southern part of the United States, dinner was it was not what we consider dinner now. Like, actually, what we're talking about should be supper and not dinner, right? Okay. So, but I don't understand why it's been such a challenge trying to determine what that meal is. I really don't get it. I don't understand it.
Because every other meal is more independent. I think when it comes to dinner, it's a communal meal. Like, we come together with that. And for us in our household, we have put an importance on it. Like, hey, we're all going to sit down together and eat. We're going to pray over our food and bless our food. And if there's concerns at certain times, we'll talk about those prior to, and then we'll pray about those concerns. We'll say, hey, how was your day? Like, we've done all of that over the dinner table throughout the years.
Mm-hmm.
I think, when it came to even prior to us getting married and us dating, dinner was important. We had candlelight dinners at times.
Oh, yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. Why are you laughing?
We went out on dates at dinner time.
We did.
So it... I can't.
You can't what?
I'm trying to be serious.
You are being serious. We did.
But you're not being serious.
I am being serious. Yes, Kafa, we did go out. We did make a time to go
You
eat.
can't be serious with that one eyebrow up either.
I was being serious, though.
Oh, my. Anyway, so I think that's why that plaguing question of what are we having for dinner is
just been
difficult.
An integral part of our lives.
Dinner is, yes. It's very important.
I mean, it is. And I think the other part as well is the variety. As I stated, sometimes you get tired of chicken. Sometimes you get tired of the same vegetables and all those type of things. Because, like you said, am I going to the market? Am I not going to the market? Am I trying to do something totally different? And I think those are things that we've had to deal with. Like you said, even with our adult children. I mean, they're home and we still plan dinner around them. So like you said something about chicken, but oh shoot, I need to go get those crab legs because they was on sale. Are they still on sale?
Crab legs?
Yeah, crab legs was on sale.
I don't
Oh
remember you
man,
sharing
now I
that
need
information.
I did when I was looking at the crab meat. You don't remember?
I don't remember the crab leg. I remember the crab meat, and I did pick that up.
You picked up the crab, yeah, but you didn't get the legs. We gotta take a look at the menu when we get a chance. I mean, the menu. What's that thing called?
Circular.
The circular. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
So,
sorry, y'all.
why do
I'm all distracted. I'm thinking about crab legs because I don't want no chicken, and especially since it's on sale. But go ahead, Kaf. I'm sorry.
you were talking?
Yeah, I forgot. I'm sorry. I'm all distracted now. Like I'm thinking about the succulents of some crab legs and some butter. Dang, I sound
Now
fat.
butter is on sale.
And
$2.99 a pound.
some asparagus.
We have asparagus upstairs.
Yeah, but I think the challenge is just making sure that we have some type of variety. A lot of
And
times,
variety is hard because, again, it's different when it's just one or two of you. But when it's multiple people and you have palates and people don't like things,
right?
we grew up with, oh, you have to eat everything that's on your plate. And we're not necessarily ones that force that moving forward.
I mean, especially since they were, on campus and was able to eat and do and, whatever else on their own.
I'm saying prior to campus. I'm saying as they were growing up, we weren't, hey, you have to finish your plate.
I did once or twice. And after a while, like I got tired of fighting, to be honest. So.
Yeah, so I think we didn't fight. Now they were good eaters.
Right.
So we weren't concerned in that manner.
Right.
Sometimes they wanted, more of something else. Now if you didn't finish your dinner well, then you may not be privy to having a snack or a dessert or something afterwards.
Right.
But I also, as Marisa said, I have gone down that road of, well, what do you want for dinner? And what do you want for dinner? Where I may be preparing 2 or 3 different things.
Right.
So that everyone does have a meal that they like. But even with that, it wasn't 3 different meals. Like it wasn't 3 different starches, 3 different vegetables, and 3 different meats.
And that's something that we've talked about recently. Whereas, like as I called out, even though you said it for yourself, like you feel like a short order cook.
Right, but even like I'm stating, like somebody may want a pork chop and somebody else may want chicken.
Right.
But we all still have rice and we all still have asparagus or
I think
whatever.
part of the challenge with that too is that because like you said something about the palates, if like one person can't decide whether or not they want to be vegetarian, pescatarian, totalitarian, whatever you want to call it, whatever it is, right? They don't know which way they want to go sometimes. And so their palate is different. Now, here's what's happened recently because our children are adults. They've been buying their own food, just like their mama did. And every now and then, like their daddy do. So I think that's the other part of that is once you throw a menu item out there, if that person doesn't feel like it, because everybody got their own money, they go figure it out on their own.
Right. And as for the person preparing the meal, it took me some time not to take that to heart as a gut punch. Like, oh, you don't want my food? So
I'm just trying to love you.
Exactly. I'm just trying to feed you and make sure you get a home cooked meal every now and then again. Like, stop eating all the junk foods. Because it's not healthy, and you can see that. So, again, say, hey, like, what do you want? I'll prepare it so that we can have, again, a wholesome home-cooked meal. But again, it was like a gut punch at one particular time where it was like, no, I don't want that. I'll just get something on my way home.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, well, what's that? Don't say it's fast food. Don't say it's this, because that's not where it's not equal to what I'm providing.
Right.
So, but then sometimes I would welcome it, because that means, okay, fine, I can just make a little bit of something for your dad and I, and we can keep it going. Or
like especially like for an example, right? There are times, and it just sounds weird what I'm getting ready to say, but I told Kafa not too long ago, like, hey, I want spaghetti.
Mhm.
Now, I said I wanted spaghetti. It probably took us about almost 2 weeks for us to even get to the spaghetti, right? Because one person don't like spaghetti.
right.
The other person, again, what did I just say? They can't decide whether or not they're vegetarian or not. So we have to figure out what type of, so the spaghetti that I would want, even though I could use ground chicken or turkey, but I still want the sausage in it, whatever else, where that person's not going to want that. The
And when was
pork or
the
the
first
beef.
time you had spaghetti with sausage?
To
Remember?
with the ground sausage that we've been doing since we've been married.
I'm just saying, when was the first
To know it, it's been since we've been married. Now to have hot dog. Or that type of hot sausage long time ago. Why are you laughing?
That's not what I thought you was going to say. Oh, goodness.
Yeah, what
Okay.
kind of? I mean, because I
Hot dog
had to say the hot dog version of the hot sausage versus the ground hot sausage that we use,
Okay.
right? Because why you bust out laughing like that?
I just couldn't picture.
You
Yeah.
can't picture hot dogs and spaghetti.
No.
Well,
No meat?
I'm not saying that we had hot dogs and spaghetti. I'm not
Okay.
saying that.
Okay.
But I'm saying we might have had that type of hot sausage and spaghetti,
Okay.
right?
Gotcha. Sausage. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like a
Yo.
kibosky type thing. Is that what you're saying?
Do you like
Kibas-
you really can't you really can't process it, can you? Listen, you like like it's like, yes, cough. We were poor. we didn't always have it where we could have the ground, i.e., I go get my stuff fresh. Like we didn't have that, cough. Like we were in that space.
I'm
Do
not
you
saying.
like,
I understand, and I'm not saying that I wasn't in the same
do
space.
y'all see? Do y'all see what I got to deal with? Right?
I'm just saying, just don't put no meat in it. Then just have spaghetti.
I want to know
Yes.
how many of y'all just had noodles and ketchup.
It's not ketchup.
It might as well be. Now that doesn't mean we didn't do that,
Okay.
right?
Mhm.
But there
If
were
you-
times where it might have been like, we're gonna put these hot dog size hot sausages in our spaghetti.
Oh, they weren't the big ones. I'm thinking you're
No.
talking about the
I said the hot dog. That's what made me say hot dog. You went kielbasa. Like that's what I said. You can't process it.
I'm
It's like having I'm gonna say decent Watson size. Like you know what that looks like, right?
Yes.
So imagine the store brand, and then imagine a version underneath of that. That's the one we had.
Oh no. I mean, I can picture like
Like
Yeah.
I don't remember back in the day. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't remember hot sausages being bigger than a hot dog. I don't remember. That's not to say it wasn't, right?
Mhm.
I just don't remember. But I do remember, like, so you make it seem as though, like, I'll give you a perfect example. You said something about my brother not too long ago about how he put hot dogs and oodles and noodles.
Yeah, didn't know anything
So
about
again,
that.
cough.
I didn't know anything
Kaffa.
about that. Oodles and noodles just my
Cough.
I got introduced to oodles and noodles as a young person, and all we did was just put the noodles in there, boil it, and then put the packet in and stirred it up, and that was it.
So
I didn't know anything else. Like you put me on with add some more stuff to it, and I didn't add anything else to it. It
Kaffa.
was just plain
Cough.
the way the packet said. Boil noodles for 3 minutes, add seasoning, stir, eat.
I buy my stuff fresh. Like that's again your attitude.
No, I'm just plain, I guess. I don't know anything
No,
about.
so hey y'all, again I'm gonna share this too, right? So
What are we supposed to be talking about?
we're talking about dinner. We're talking about food. Like we're still on topic. Trust me, right? But you were the very first person that said that there was. Did you say it or did your aunt say about how your mom was eating shark? Was it you or your aunt?
I don't know.
Somebody said that, right? And I'm like, really? Shark? Who eats shark? That's what I was told. It was one of y'all all the way back. So for me to say, oh, I order my stuff fresh. I get my stuff fresh. Like I can't do it pre-packaged. They have to slice it in front of me.
It was not like that.
They have to dehusk the corn for me. They have to
No.
dehusk the rice for me. Like, that's how you work, huh? I go where they chop the broccoli off the stalks.
No,
Yes,
it was not like that.
you were.
I am not like that.
I mean, no, you're not like that now because I get it. I guess I ghettoed you, I guess.
No, you are bougie yourself. What are you talking about?
Where my bougie at?
You just said, I don't eat leftovers. I can't eat those.
I didn't say that. I said by the third day. So I could eat leftovers from the second day. Well, no, there are some foods. No, I can't eat. I can't stomach it.
Exactly. So for how many years of our marriage did I say, oh, my husband can't eat leftovers? They're like, you cook every day? Yes, I do. My husband doesn't eat leftovers.
All right, so take that voice
Yes.
and say,
I go to the market every day.
so you've been using that bougie bar voice since we got together.
But going to the market, okay.
No, you changed it up. No. Get back to the bouginess, right?
Mm-hmm.
And say, you don't eat frozen food.
My apartment was small, and I told you the story, and I was very, very afraid of having critters.
I mean, she did.
I was very afraid of having critters to the
Well-
point where I was ready to leave my apartment and just forgo it because I saw a roach.
So I'm going to the market and give me just 2 slices of bread. Like,
I don't even remember having bread. Did I
again,
have,
that's what I'm talking about, right? You
did
get what I
I
mean?
have bread?
I don't remember. You wasn't in that apartment long enough for me to remember.
I don't remember making sandwiches.
And then, so
I
that
don't
much.
remember.
So
Maybe
all right, y'all. So
Maybe
that,
I
that,
did
that,
have it, but I didn't leave anything out. Like everything.
Kafa. So
Yes.
that explains everything right there.
Why?
Because you said, Maurice, I don't even remember making sandwiches. So if y'all remember, for those of you who have the greatest memory, right? What was the very first thing I made for her? And that's why it was an anomaly. I made her a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
And it was good. I like peanut butter and jelly.
And so guess what,
I'm
y'all?
not that bougie around. I don't eat peanut butter and jelly. I love me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Yeah, but guess what,
Want some
though?
nice fresh bread?
So
Oh,
y'all,
honey.
so
You're
now I
saying
understand.
something.
Now I totally
I'll
understand.
eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich before I eat a cookie.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with that. I see that. But you still bougie.
I'm not.
You are. That's why we can't figure out what to eat.
We
Well-
can't figure out what to eat because you.
I mean,
If I say something, no, like I'm preparing chicken. It's cooking now, and you're like, "God, crab legs are on sale." Crab legs?
crab legs. Crab legs.
It ain't the chicken of the sea.
It ain't, but it sound good though. It sounds
Bougie.
delicious. Huh?
Bougie.
I am bougie a little bit.
Exactly. It's not
But
even a
didn't
holiday.
get that. I didn't even get that until
You know-
that point until with you.
It's not even a holiday.
I mean, listen, y'all. This is how crazy. I mean, and there's a ghetto bouginess
And
to
we just
it.
had crab cakes.
There's a ghetto bouginess, right? Where yes, I love chicken, right? But Kyle was like, you ain't sucked the marrow out of it. Like, okay, it might not be that bad, but so back in the day, before we end this show, right? Back in the day, she would talk about me and be like, Maurice, you can't come to the cookout. You can't come because you don't know how to. She's like, you see your kids? They're invited. Evidently, they got my genes. I don't know what's wrong with your genes. You can't come because I'm not getting embarrassed.
Again, not getting embarrassed because I've been embarrassed already for not properly cleaning the chicken bone and not getting all the meat. I was told, you're leaving too much meat on the chicken.
Again,
you have to go back to my upbringing.
that's what I'm talking about.
From the age of 0, I would say up until the age of
Right now.
no 8.
No, the reason I say that
Oh,
because
no,
then
listen to my story.
well,
Up until
because
the
then
age
your
of
aunt
8.
just say something about having a chicken tips, having the tips to the chicken wings or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm sorry.
does.
Go ahead.
So,
Go ahead.
0 up until about the age of 8,
Right.
I was vegetarian.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 7 maybe. I think I started to get introduced to meat around then. I would go to relatives and they would have meat, and I'm like, well, what's that? But then I was kind of picky when it came to the chicken because it looks like a chicken, like the veins and things. Just I didn't like that part.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't eat it,
Mm-hmm.
and I would leave, as I was told, I'm leaving too much meat on the bone. And then and then when it came to crab legs and crab boils and things like that, I too was not getting enough out, and it was just like, you can't come back to this table and come back to a crab boil at our house because you're not.
That's why I had a problem with in-laws, because I wouldn't go eat. I would sit there in the corner.
You were nervous to eat because you weren't going to properly clean.
Yeah, because you had already forewarned me. Like, yo,
they're better now. They have.
I don't know, because I haven't eaten in front of them in a while.
Right, and they have their moments. Because at one time, and I'll say this, and we can close, as you said, I do remember like cleaning, and they were like, "Baby, you don't have to eat that much. Like, there's more chicken in there." And I was like, "Wait a minute." When I was 12, I got slapped on the hands
Y'all said like
because I didn't
finish.
I didn't clean the thing right.
I wasn't picking my teeth with the bones. Like,
You know. And now I'm 22, and
Right.
you want to tell me, "Baby, it's more chicken in there. You can go back in the kitchen and get some more." So it's an anomaly. Like I don't know which way to say to go, but but if you don't want my chicken that I'm cooking, you can just go off to the store again
and give me a Pepsi
and some crab legs.
and crab legs.
Even though I made crab cakes yesterday,
Yeah, it's not the same though.
I'm sure.
It's not the same because the
And
crab.
what you're getting is not the same. You're talking about getting big old crab legs. Like, you need to go ahead and if you want to do it, be real and get you a whole crab and break that baby up.
And that will never happen.
Why?
Well,
I thought about that when you were talking about crabs the other day. I said, we have not. That's one thing we haven't done, I don't think, was get a whole like bushel or half a bushel and cook them ourselves.
we haven't done that. We've had whole crabs before.
Yes, I'm saying, but had we bought live ones? And
Oh no, we haven't done that.
Yes, so we
We're
have to
not
do
doing
that.
that.
We have to do that.
We will do that in another life.
We have to give
This
that a
life
try.
right now, no.
I think my mom brought some over and we helped her cook them, but we haven't like
I mean,
done that.
yeah, we haven't done it ourselves. We've looked into it. We have, but have we actually bought the half bushel or bushel?
I think that would be fun. That would be a
I
nice
think that
experience.
would
We have to
be-
do that.
Yeah, we'll do that
We
eventually.
have to do that.
We'll do that eventually.
That would be fun.
Maybe.
Maybe we should record it and share that with everybody.
Maybe there might be a I don't know, y'all. I mean, listen, we need content for our Patreon anyway, so maybe that whole life will be on our Patreon.
Sounds good to me. But in the meanwhile, Maurice,
Yes.
what's for dinner? What are we having with the chicken?
We're gonna have jasmine rice,
Okay.
and we're gonna have topped with baby carrots
Why are you giggling?
with a dash of parsley and some fresh basil, and we're gonna sprinkle it with.
Basil is going to be on what?
It's gonna be in one of those. Just rock
Okay,
with me for a
okay.
second.
I'm sorry.
And then we're gonna have a mustard sauce with cranberries on the side, fresh squozen cranberries. Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing?
Go ahead.
Topped with freshly made foam
Mm-hmm.
and 2 caviars.
2.
2.
Okay. He's been watching too much television, food television, either via cable or on the internet.
Yo, I watch food challenges all the time.
And things from other countries. So I think he's kind of combining some cuisines there. And I don't know it's going to go well with the roasted chicken because it's kind of like a down-home roasted chicken that we've got going on.
So I guess
the rice and carrots sound okay. I'm not sure jasmine rice with carrots on top of it. But then everything else after that, I kind of got...
You got lost.
It was a bit much.
You asked me what was for dinner, right? Or what these sides were going to be. So I just used my imagination. Again.
Well, how about this?
Yes.
We'll leave you to the sides.
Oh. If you had to leave it for me to decide.
Yeah, we're going to leave you to decide what's the sides for dinner tonight. I have to add all that in because...
Well, first of all, what would be my go-to?
What is your go-to?
Yeah,
buttered noodles.
And what else? Frozen corn. That's what would be for dinner.
And I do not like frozen corn, but yeah.
But you keep buying it. Well, to me, I'm going to be honest with y'all, I prefer the frozen corn over the canned corn, to be honest.
Yes, I prefer that, but I still prefer it's in season. Why not get fresh?
Yeah, but you asked if it was up to me to make the sides, especially if what you're saying about the chicken and would you put some cream sauce on it or something like that, whatever. Okay. Yeah, so I would, it's either going to be a noodle. It won't even be butter because you got the sauce. The sauce. So it'll either be a rice or a noodle. But because of time, I'm just going to say, look, Kav, how much more time we got with the chicken? Just to make sure that dinner is all served at one time. Mm-hmm. I'll just do the noodle in the corn.
Okay.
That would be it. And you'd be lucky to get the corn right now. So, yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Very well. Well, we thank you very much for your input. And I don't know that I want buttered noodles.
We wasn't going to have buttered noodles.
Okay,
the noodles.
Boiled noodles.
Boiled noodles.
And corn.
Yeah.
And when he says boiled noodles or buttered noodles, he's talking about egg noodles. Right?
No. Whatever noodle we got upstairs.
See,
it could be rigatoni. It could be ziti. It could be whatever I put my hand on.
No.
Whatever one is closest to when I open up the door.
What restaurant do you go to and they just give you noodles?
Look, it all depends on what the cuisine is. We could have spaghetti noodles. We could have angel hair noodles.
With nothing on it?
No, you said you got a sauce for the chicken.
Yeah, but how does that look when you plate it?
It's gonna look edible.
You've been watching all these shows.
Yeah, that's right. So I'm gonna take even with that, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna take the linguine noodles.
Okay.
I'm gonna take it and twirl it on them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna take the chicken.
Yes.
And plap it on top of the noodles.
Pap it?
Pap it.
I don't think that's...
And then I'm gonna take my frozen corn and put it on top of that.
On top of the chicken?
With my fresh basil and my cilantro.
Now you added cilantro. Before it was basil and parsley.
Yeah, but it might end up being oregano. Whatever we have upstairs.
Now it's oregano.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Cilantro.
So, hey, y'all.
Basil.
If y'all ever decide to come on over, we're going to have a party.
Just eat before you come. Because we don't know what's for dinner.
We don't. We'll talk to y'all.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the No Fruit Podcast, where we bring you fruitful conversations, ripened wisdom, and love that's deeply rooted. We hope today's discussion left you feeling uplifted, encouraged, and ready to take on life's journey with purpose. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave us a review, and share it with someone who could use a little inspiration in their day. You can catch up on past episodes, send us your thoughts, or learn more about us on social media. Until next time, stay rooted in love, and remember, every seed you plant today shapes the fruit of tomorrow. Take care, and we'll see you next time.
Step into the world of power, loyalty, and luck.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything.
Now, you wanna get mixed up in the family business.
Introducing The Godfather at ChumbaCasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot.
Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me.
Play The Godfather now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Welcome to the family.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.